What's going on, guys? Mr. Eerie here, and welcome back to yet another episode of Refuge on the Feed the Beast launcher. This is episode 15, and last episode when we left off, we made ourselves a very simple system to store all our items. We got rid of all our crappy chests, and we now have an AIM system which can store quite a little bit of items. We've only got 2 storage cells, so I would need to make some more. We've got 568 of 1024 bytes used in our 1K cell, and our 4K we've got a 2100 then out of 4000 bytes used, and we've used all our items up. So on this episode I want to concentrate on automating some stuff like auto crafting, and to get this we need ourselves an ME crafting terminal. Now the ME crafting terminal is absolutely fantastic, so let's have a look at the ME crafting terminal and see what we need to actually make this thing. So we need an actual ME terminal, which is an illuminated panel, formation core, an annihilation core, and a processor. So I think we do have formation cores somewhere. Maybe it's in our chest back here. So we've got a formation core, we've got an annihilation core, we've got an illuminated panel, and we're going to need some gold. So if we grab ourselves 1 gold ingot, I should really do a lot of these, but I'll automate these processes up in some time down the line. We're going to need a logic press, printed silicon, and we're also going to need some redstone, like so. Cool. So let's print this down. So we've got the gold in there. What else do we need in our crafting terminal? Crafting terminal, where are you? There you are. Okay, so we've got that. So we're going to have all these, so that will give us a terminal. We're going to need ourselves a crafting table and a calculation circuit. Cool, I'm now making our calculation circuit. I thought I'd do these off camera quickly because you guys know how to make these by now. I've done them so many times in this inscriber here, and I will automate this at some point. So now that we've got the logic processor and our calculation processor, we can now build what we need. So I think it's a formation core, annihilation core, and a processor, logic processor, gives us our terminal. Now we need one more thing. We're going to need some wood, and we need to make ourselves a crafting table. I don't think we've got one. Have we got a table already? No, we don't. Okay, that's fine. We've got spruce wood. I can have 4 of those. I do love the ME system here. We don't have to waste anything. We can just go to our system and we can find what we need, and this should be it. There we go. We now have ourselves an ME crafting terminal, and we've got an achievement, a much bigger table. Cool. So in theory we don't need this crafting station anymore. The crafting station is pretty much useless now. Well, I wouldn't say useless, but it's yeah, you guys will see in a minute. So let's put this on here, and it's now connected to our ME terminal and our drive. So all these are connected. So we've got our power unit underneath, that's connected to our ME drive. The ME drive is connected to our terminal, and now we've got an ME crafting terminal. And if we hit into this, it now has a crafting slot in the bottom. So if we want to make a chest, say like up here, you can sync these slots here. I think it's this one, search mode, NEI synchronized auto. So every time you write something in the bottom, it will search on your NEI, and if you want to make like I say a chest, you just hit your chest and it comes up with your shapes, and you just shift right click and it will automatically put any wood that you have in your system in your crafting grid, and you can just keep pulling them out as so long as you have so much wood in there. And if you want to make something else like a furnace, if we can get the furnace up, and we go here, and it requires obviously a cobblestone, you shift left click and it will automatically input into your crafting grid, and you can just take it out and take it out, and now we have 2 and 3 and so on. And now, as you can see, it has no longer have any cobblestone in there because we haven't got any cobblestone left in our ME interface or anything, in our AE system. So if we put cobblestone back in and then shift left click, it will automatically put that cobblestone that we just thrown in there into our crafting grid. So that is pretty nice way of crafting stuff very quickly, and you guys will love it. It's absolutely addictive to keep doing this. So we are running out of storage pretty fast, so let's have a look at some cells quickly. 4K or 16K. Ooh, 4Ks. We could go for some more 4Ks. I might make some 2 more 4Ks. That might not be a bad idea. So we're going to need so 1K, so we're going to need 6 of these. So we're going to need 6 logic processors and quite a few quartz and some redstone to get 6 of those, and then we can then push them together to make the 4K cell. And we're going to need 2 circuit calculation processors. So what I'm going to do, dudes, is I'm going to do this all off camera, because like I say, you guys know how to do all this now, and it's very, very tedious to keep making these processors. So I'm going to make 2 more 4K cells, and then I'm going to throw them in our ME drive, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so we now have our 4K ME storage cells, so that is nice. You can't pile these on top of each other, they won't stack. So if you're making a ton of these, make sure you've got enough inventory space. And just go over to our drive here and just slot them in, and we should see they're all green, and there's no more bytes, so we can just throw anything in here. So I'm going to throw everything that we have on our inventory into our ME system here. So throw it all in, and we could throw all this in. Could throw our cleaver in there, why not? And our axe, that can go in there. I'll keep the quest book on us, and all the stuff in our obsidian chest here can go in there. I'll break that up, and I could throw all this into our system, like so, and we should still have, yeah, we've got plenty of room. 23 out of 63 types still available. Barrels. Ooh, I could throw every single essence in our system. That might not be bad. So I'm just going to take everything out. Everything can all go in here now. I don't want no chest. I hate chests. Well, it's not like I don't hate chests. I just don't like chests floating around everywhere. So I'm just going to take everything out. Can I break this? Oh yeah, it's a skystone chest. It's going to take a while. Are you going to break now? There we go. Cool. So we've got that. Dynamo I can take down. Don't really need that. Our energy cell I don't really need. I do need to get some more power on the go because we are draining. We've got some more barrels up there. We don't really need our crafting station anymore now that we've got a crafting unit here. So I'm going to throw everything in there. Cool, look at this. Everything is in there. Anything around here I can throw in? No. Okay, so everything that we own in our chests are all in our system. Have we got any coal? I do need to get some more coal. No, let's have a look at the essence. Coal essence. Coal, got plenty. Cool, so we'll grab 2 of those and let's just craft these up. Like so. There's 12. 60. We'll do that. Yeah, there we go. And let's just get some more power going. There we go. So we should, yeah, there we go. We're now gaining power. So just remember, if you do run out of power, your system will shut down. So if you've got everything in here and your system, or you run out of power, it will shut down and you will not be able to access any of your items unless you provide the ME drive power. So bear that in mind, dudes. I mean, I've done it plenty of times where I've gone around, left my power, that's ran out, gone to my system here and tried to get something out very importantly, and the system had crashed and it shut itself down and I could not access anything. So I had to go out in the world and go and get some supplies just to make a survivalist generator, just to get this up and running. So bear that in mind. So I think now we should rewire all of our essences into our system. That might not be such a bad thing to do. We could do that. I could make some more farms. Let's check our quest book out, see what we've got. We've now done our crafting terminal. We get a pattern terminal and an ME interface. Pick one reward. Pattern terminal. I might go for a pattern terminal. Yeah. So we've got a pattern terminal now. We've done our 4K cell, and we get a 4K ME storage component. So we'll grab that, and we need an ME controller. Yeah, let's make this ME controller. I think. I don't think that'll be too bad. So we need a diamond. I do know. So we're going to need a diamond. We're going to need an engineer press to make this. Let's put that in there, and that will cook up. We're going to need some silicon. Where are you? There. And redstone. This is so much easier. It's so much cleaner to actually just do it like this. I think it's fantastic. So that's cooking. We're going to need some skystone block. So skystone, we're going to need 4 of those, and we can start cooking those up like so. Is that done? Yes. Okay. And we're going to need some fluix crystals. Fluix. I think we need some pure fluix made from fluix dust, sand. So we're going to need some fluix dust. So fluix, got 3, got 8 there, and sand. Have we got any sand? Yeah, we've got them up here, haven't we? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Combine those together to get 16 fluix seeds. Engineer process. And we're going to need to throw these in our puddle of water with our growth accelerators, which we can now control by a lever. Turn that on, and there we go. They're now online. So these shouldn't take too long to grow. So I'm just going to sit here and wait for these to grow, and then we'll carry on with our ME controller. I don't think these will take too much longer now. I've been sat here for about 2 minutes now, and they're now 70%. So I'll let them carry on. And I've just been flicking through our book here for all the quests that we've been trying to do. We've got the lab, Creeper Kitchen, which we're nearly completed, seeds, and there's one thing in all the items. Remember we got the wither skeleton seeds? We never claimed our reward for this, so we get a diamond or a reward bag. So I'm going to go for the reward bag. We get both. Oh, okay. So we get both. We get a diamond and a reward bag. Okay. So we claimed our reward, and then we get some wither skeleton skulls eventually, and then we can go down the line of, like, it looks like the Nether. So that ain't pretty bad at all, really. So let's check out our reward bag and see what we get. Emerald essence. Okay, that's all right. That's not bad. Have we got enough now? Emerald. We've got 6. I think you need 9. Yeah, we need 9 to get an emerald. Ah, damn it! We're nearly there. We're nearly there for 1 emerald. I could put our diamond back and inscriber. Maybe our engineering process. No, I'll keep that. Skystone. How's our skystone? That should be cooked up by now. Yeah, we've got skystone. I think we're going to need some redstone. We're going to need 4 of those. I can't remember if we need redstone or not. I don't think we do, actually, come to think of it. How long? Oh, 99. Oh, 1%, 1% more. Come on. There we go. They're now moved over. So they're now 100% pure fluix crystal. So I'm going to turn those off to save some power. And let's make ourselves the ME controller, which is fairly easy, and do like so. Why is the fluix crystal gone in the middle? You're not supposed to go in there. There we go. So we've got engineering processor, and we now have our ME controller, and the fluix crystals can go back as well as the redstone and the binder. Now, what do we get with this? Storing all things, completed. pick one. Reward bag, ME dense cable, or smart cable. I think I might go for smart cable. These are nice. There we go. I think that is it for that. I don't think there's any more quests for that. Nice. Okay, so it looks like we've done the AE, the very basics of the AE system. With the ME controller, applied energistics is quite complicated in certain respects. So I'm going to place it there and notice it's now glowing, it's flashing away, it's working perfectly. Now this is where a lot of people get confused with AE. Since the recent update, an ME controller and cabling, especially the cables, they have something called channels. And channels, what they do, if you want more channels, you have to have better cables. So what this controller does, you only allowed one controller per system, but you can put these together. So you could put another controller next to this, and then that will connect to this one. So it's like a multi-blocking effect. But you can't have like a controller there and then have like cabling come under here and then have another controller there, because it just won't work. Now, effectively, these original cables from Applied Energistics that we have been using, we can then put it on our controller and bring them along here. And I think that these cables can only transfer so many channels at a time. Now the basic ones, I believe, is 4. So that means I can have 4 different types of machines from Applied Energistics, or any type of block on this line at a time, before this line shuts down, because there'll be too many channels. And if you want more on this line, we'll have to throw down something else, like a smart cable, which we've just now got. And if we check this smart cable out, it has 0 of 8 channels available. So instead of putting 4 machines on this line, I can then put 8 machines, and then these cables go up to like a dense cable, which is, I think, is 32 channels on it. I'm not too sure, but with these controllers, you can have like cables coming from this way, from the top, and that's 8 channels. You can then plug into the side of the controller, and then have cables coming that way, which will have 8 channels. You can plug on to this side, and then that way with 8 channels to the back of this controller, and so on and so forth. So you could effectively have a massive system of controller, just like downstairs, and just keep having cables running off it, and it will just be humongous. These systems can go on forever. I'm not going to lie, they can go on and on and on. So later on down the line, you'll see what I mean by channels. They can be quite complicated if you're not really knowing what you're doing. But I'll try and make it as easily as possible. I still get confused now and again on how to do channels, so we'll soon get there. So at the moment, we now have the controller. So I want to be able to get further down with AE. I might start automating our processors, because doing the processors here is pretty annoying. It can become very, very boring. So I think what I might do is I might have like an automatic system over here on this wall. That might not be too bad. I might get rid of our smeltery, because we're not really using it. I might get rid of all our junk here and break into this wall and have like some inscribers. Yeah, I think that might be a worth possibility. So what I'm going to do, as off camera, I'm just going to take away all of our smeltery, clear all this away, make some room in this wall, and then I'll be right back, and then we're going to make something quite efficient to get some of these processors. I mean, because like you guys have seen, to make processors are pretty annoying, like the logic processor, and to get silicon, and to make our engineering processor. So let me just clear this away, and then I'll be right back. Cool, so I just cleared away all this wall here, ready for our automating process of our processors. Now to do this, we're going to need some more of these inscribers. There are tons of ways you can do these. I mean, some people like to use Steve's factory manager, which I don't know. I don't mind Steve's factory manager, but if you don't really know what you're doing, it can become quite difficult. Which it's all down here. You know, you can use your machine inventory manager, and you have cables, and it can get quite complicated. So I'm just going to do everything from applied energistics. So I'm going to do I need 4 inscribers. So let's have a look if we've got enough resources in our AE here to make these. So we're going to need some sticky pistons, fluids. So have we got any pistons? I'm not too sure if we've got any pistons. Let's try it out. So let's have a look. Piston, sticky. We've got slime balls, but no pistons. So we're going to need 2, 4. We're going to need some wood in there. We've got plenty of wood down here. So let's get this dark wood, change that into planks, and pistons. Like so, and let's just grab a few of those, and then grab some sticky pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's enough. And then inscriber, like so, and then there we go. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. We just need 1 more, which we're going to need some more sticky pistons. 1, 2, and then inscriber, and bang. There we go. We now have 5. So 3, 4, maybe 4. I don't know if we needed 5. I don't know. We've got 1 for luck anyway. So how am I going to work this? I probably will have 1, 2. We can now fly, so that makes it easier. 3, 4. Something like this, maybe? I'll go for 4 for now, because I don't know if we need the 5th one. So at the bottom here, we're going to need silicon. I want silicone to go in here. So we're going to need our presses. Press. So we've got calculation press, engineering press, logic press, and a silicon press. So yeah, 4 should be fine. So I'm going to place the silicon at the bottom. I'm going to have the logic one in the middle here, which is the gold. I'm going to have the inscriber, which we need pure crystals for, and we're going to have our diamond one at the top. So they're all got their own personal inventory for their own use. So we've got that in there. We're going to need some channels to come over here from our system. So I might move our controller. So I'm going to take that out. Where should I have our controller? I might have it in the center of the room. I might have it here. Yeah. I think I might. I might have the controller there. And then have like some wiring coming this way. Away from our system. Let's go down 1 more block. So I could come this way. One there. Could have just basic wiring for now on that one. Yeah, let's go for the cable. Let's just go for the basic cables, and then I'm going to need some smart cabling to go over to that side, because there's going to be more than 4 machines over that way. So let's grab our cables and probably hook. Where shall we hook them? I could hook them at the bottom. Yeah, let's go for the bottom. Why not? So we'll go down the bottom, and then let's wire it straight along to our acceptor here. And that should link up. There we go. So that is all attached to our system. And I'm going to need to go in this direction towards our automotive. What was that? Holy crap, there's a big old hole there. Okay, cool. So let's go this way. Let's go down 1 more. Like so nice. Cool. Plenty of endstone here. Cool. Let's grab some smart cabling. Probably need some more of these. I'm going to come straight off the side because we've got the bottom one already linked up. I don't really want them attaching to each other. I might go to the sides of this actually. I don't want it linked. Let's go to the side like that. There we go. So that's linked up and then come down this way. Cool. Yeah, I am going to need some more smart cabling. I don't think it's too bad to actually make smart cabling. Smart cable. Anything? Smart cable. We're going to need some smart black wool and some cable. Have we got any wool? No. So we're going to need a sheep. String. We've got 12. Don't think that's going to be enough. But that'll do for now. We've got 3 of those. 3 of those. No, we're going to need tons of wool. Might be a next step. That will link up together. Covered cable smart. No, these not smart, are they? What am I doing? Let's take that out. Let's go back here to make these smart cables. Where is it? There it is. So we're going to need 8 of those surrounded by any type of dye or just redstone, and that will give us that. Or we could just get the covered cables with redstone and glowstone. Will give us just a box standard smart cable. So we're going to need some sheep. Have I got a lasso or anything? No, ain't got that. What about safari net? No. Okay, so let me just think about this. We need to get some sheep somehow. Okay, so there is 2 possible easy ways to get sheep to our base, and that is either a safari net from Mine Factory Reloaded, or we can get ourselves a lasso, which is a golden lasso from Extra Utilities, I think. Golden lasso, there it is. But we need an ender pearl, and we don't have an ender pearl, so I'm going to go for a safari net from the Mine Factory Reloaded mod, which we're going to need string, leather, and like congealed blood or some type of slime. So as you may know, we don't have any string, so I've just popped outside and I'm just getting myself some cotton from Pam's Harvest Craft. So is there any more around here? No, I can't see any more. I think you have to put it in your crafting grid like so, and you get 2. So we've got 10, so we can make 2 of those, so that should be enough to get 2 sheep to our base. Oh, there's some more here. Yeah, I'll grab all this. The more string, the better. And there we go. How many do we get? 15. So we've got 20 pieces of string. Where's our base? Over here. Okay, cool. Oh, there's some more cotton there. That's fine. So I'll go back downstairs, and then we'll make this safari net. Just cooking up some leather. I'm using rotten flesh from the zombies, and I'm now cooking their flesh into leather, which is pretty disgusting. So I'll get some leather. I've just thrown our string in our system here, and hopefully once I throw some leather in there, we can then go ahead and make ourselves a couple of safari nets. So let's type in safari net, and single use. You can use a reusable one, but what do you know? Is ender pearls, so we're gonna need some ender pearls pretty soon if we want to actually make these. Why can't I shift click this in? For some reason it won't let me shift click. Maybe because I'm not in the crafting grid. Here we go. So safari net, there we go, and we can shift click. So there we go. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we can make 5 safari nets. Nice. So I'll let that leather cook up because I reckon we're going to need some more leather in the future. So now what we've got to do is just fly around the world and try and find ourselves a few sheep. So hopefully it shouldn't be too difficult to find now that we can fly, and just try and find where the hell they could be. So let's just fly around for a bit and then see if we can find any. Oh my god, where are all the sheep at? There's tons of pigs and cows and chickens, but no sheep. What's going on? More pigs over in that direction. And, oh, is that a sheep? Yes! We found a sheep. Nice. Okay, so let's go and collect the sheep. We're robbing your sheep. And why does my phone keep going off? Oh my god. Why you... Oh, there we go. So you can see it's now gone pink to say that there's a sheep in there. I think different types of mobs have different colours. So let's grab him. So we've got 3, 4. Can we grab another one? Is there another sheep round here? I don't think there is. Oh, they're over in this distance. Ah, nice. So we'll grab one of you. I don't want the grey coloured ones. I'll probably go for the white. I don't think I need grey. Okay, cool. So we'll grab him. There we go. So we now have 5 sheep. So how far are we away from home? Our home's over there. We're not too far away. So let me just get back and then we can place our sheep down. Okay, so before I end this episode, because believe it or not, it is at the half-an-hour mark now, I'm just going to make just a small area to put our sheep in for now, just to keep them penned up. We could put them downstairs in the prison of where our chicken and our cow is, but I thought, you know, today I'm feeling rather nice and generous, so I'm just gonna keep them free and keep them outside. I'm so sad. So let's just block that off up there so they can't get out, and let's just grab ourselves our safari nets with our sheep in them and place them in the pen. So 1, 2, 3. Where are you going? How is he drowning? Okay, so there's 3, 4, and 5, and I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's just he's the odd one out. Okay, so on that note, I think I'm going to end this episode here, dudes. Next episode, when we come back on episode 16, hopefully we'll have a little bit of wool. I'm going to automate the wool process because we're going to need a ton of wool if we're going to need some smart cabling for our system, our AE system. So I'm going to go down the route of, God, I can't even remember now, Mine Factory. If I can spell it, Mine Factory. If there's a machine on here, the rancher, which will help us shear sheep. So we get tons and tons of wool from our sheep, and then I'm going to have it automatically being pumped into our system downstairs, so we always have a good amount of wool on hand for us for when we do our cabling. So that will be pretty nice to have on hand. So, like I said, dudes, on that note, I'm going to end this episode. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode so far. And if you have, be sure to hit that like button down below. And, of course, if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd appreciate all your support. And I'll see you dudes back on episode 16.